What's up, everyone, and how are you doing today? Welcome to Luna Wolf Healing. Today, we're going to discuss all things mindset. So get ready, because we're going to discuss the differences between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. We're going to discuss why mindset is so stinking important to begin with, and then how we can cultivate and change our mindset. So let's get started. So just in case y'all out there don't understand exactly what your mindset is, your mindset is the beliefs that shape how you make sense of the world around you, and it will influence how you think, how you feel, how you behave, and therefore ultimately the outcomes that you're going to receive. Could what you believe about yourself impact your ability to succeed? Does it impact any of the failures that you may come across? Your beliefs play a massive role in what you want and whether or not you're actually going to go out there and achieve it. Your mindset determines how you cope with life stressors, how you cope with challenges, how you cope with setbacks. It's also going to affect how you deal with happiness, desires, and needs. It's going to influence how you view yourself, view others, and your overall perception of the world around you. So this is why mindset is so stinking important, because ultimately your mindset is going to affect how you think, feel, behave, and therefore your outcomes, just as I previously stated. So the thing is that there's two different types of mindsets out there. You have the fixed mindset and you also have the growth mindset. And it's more often than not that you actually have a little bit of both, but one does outweigh the other. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, our society and the way that we've been running as a society for I don't even know how long is definitely rooted in the fixed mindset. So let's talk a little bit about the fixed mindset, shall we? If you have a fixed mindset, it means that you believe that your talents, skills, abilities, and intelligence are all fixed traits and cannot be changed. You may also believe that it's your talents and abilities and intelligence alone that's going to determine whether you're going to succeed or not. Some traits, if you will, for the fixed mindset is avoids challenges to prevent potential failures. Thinks skills and talents are fixed traits. If it takes effort, you're dumb. Gives up easily, especially during any setback or challenge that arises. People with a fixed mindset will often view other people's success as a threat and often view feedback as criticism. Some examples of a fixed mindset or what it could sound like: either I'm good at it or I'm not. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's just who I am. I can't change it. I've always been that way. If you have to work too hard, you definitely just don't have the ability for it. You should probably try something else. Well, if I don't try, then I can't fail. Oh, that job position is way out of my league. So as you can see, fixed mindset is very much based around like pessimism, negativity, I can't type of mentality. And it will prevent you from moving forward and from making those changes that you want to make in your life. Now, the growth mindset is different. The growth mindset, you believe that your talents, your intelligence, and your skills can be cultivated and developed over time, especially through effort and persistence, through taking risk and learning new skills. Now, just because you have this mindset, it does not mean that you believe that everyone can become Einstein or Mozart just because they try. They do, however, believe that everyone can get smarter and obtain skills and talents through persistence and trying and basically working at it. Now, some examples or sayings that may come from a person with a growth mindset are: I can learn to do anything I want. I'm a constant work in progress. The more you challenge yourself, the smarter you become. I'll only fail when I stop trying. Ooh, that job position looks challenging. Let me apply for it and see what happens. And one of my favorites from my guilty pleasure, the Jersey Shore, Like the Situation: a calm sea has never made a skilled sailor. Now, I want you to take some time to actually do some reflecting. What's your mindset like now? Is it more fixed or is it more growth? Remember, you can have a bit of two, but try to figure out which one is outweighing the other. How does this mindset affect you? If you have a more fixed mindset, how is that affecting your life? If you have a more growth mindset, how is that affecting your life? How is your mindset affecting your mental health? How is your mindset affecting your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors? Where do you envision your future self? And do they have a growth or a fixed mindset? And what are ways that you can start to cultivate a better mindset? Now, if you are on the more fixed mindset side of things, I want to let you know, as much as it is a part of your belief system right now, you can change your brain. You can change your beliefs. Science has proven it. It's done. So yes, you can. So now that we've discussed what is a mindset, why mindset is so important, the difference between a fixed and a growth mindset, and having a little bit of a reflection as to where you are now, now we can start to discuss ways that you can start to cultivate a more growth mindset. So one is to focus on your journey and not the destination. So an important factor when building a growth mindset is seeing the value in your journey. When you're fixated on the end result, you're going to consistently miss opportunities, learning lessons, and more along the way. When you actually put focus on your journey rather than the destination, you're going to be giving yourself a beautiful, beautiful route on the way rather than just focusing on like how long it's going to take to get there, which is going to start to cause like anxiety, overwhelm, hopelessness, stagnancy, complacency, etc. Start incorporating and using more of the word yet. So if you're struggling with a task or learning a new skill, remind yourself that you just haven't gotten there yet. Integrating this word into your vocabulary signals that despite any struggles, you can overcome anything. Using the word yet instead of can't, won't, or used to, etc., tells your brain yes, maybe just not right now. So it's going to help your brain actually rewire that part of your brain. And to go along with this is ultimately starting to pay attention to the words and the thoughts that you use on the day-to-day basis. That includes the thoughts and the words that you use with others as well as yourself. How are you thinking? What words are you saying? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it fixed? Is it growth? Is it survival or is it thriving? So when you start to notice any of your negative thoughts getting in the way, start to replace them with some more positive ones. And you can start to do this by looking at my YouTube video on how to overcome limiting beliefs. But ultimately, what you're going to look at here are the main evidences that you have to prove this limiting belief right. And what you're going to do is you're going to find a minimum of three pieces of evidence that proves your limiting belief wrong. Because one of the really great visualizations I've gotten for this is the idea of a table. So if your limiting belief is a table, it's going to be sturdy with those four legs. So that's your past evidence that you've received affirming that limiting belief, that allows that limiting belief to stand. So your job is to come up with at least three pieces of evidence to knock that table off and make it less sturdy. And then honestly, start to take up challenges. Start small, but this is going to really, really start to boost your confidence, showing you, your brain, your subconscious, and everyone else around you that, yeah, you fucking can do this. Make sure that when you're picking up on a challenge, that you reward your damn self every single time that you actually complete the damn thing. Because here's the thing. I was told of a study that was done, a controlled study that was done with a group of runners. The group was divided into two. The runners were told to run every single day. Now, group A ran every single day, and when they ran, they received a piece of chocolate after they did their run. Group B did not receive that piece of chocolate after their run for the day. Every single day. Group A got a piece of chocolate, Group B did not. After 3 months, both groups completed the task of running every day. However, Group A was the only group that continued to build up on that skill while everyone in Group B fell off that habit completely. So what this is telling you is that even the smallest reward is going to help you actually maintain the consistency of that new habit. Also that new belief. So reward your damn self. And that goes for like a lot of things, not just your mindset, but just like stuff in general. Anytime that you've completed something that especially something that was a little harder for you, challenging for you, reward your damn self. Now, some other really great tips for starting to cultivate a more growth mindset is to rewrite your story. If you really want to dive deep into rewriting your whole entire goddamn story, like I have, check out Timeline Techniques by NLP, and they will guide you through that. But basically, the idea behind rewriting your story is taking any story, any experience that you've had, and rewriting it to better suit you and the person that you are becoming. Now, you're also going to want to start, if you don't already do this one thing is going to help you in multiple areas of your life, and that is starting to practice and cultivate gratitude and mindfulness. As previously stated, you're going to want to celebrate your wins, big or small, using affirmations and EFTs. Visualization, meditation, kind of those modalities are all really great things to help cultivate your mindset. And then, of course, like as I previously stated, you're going to want to really practice that positive self-talk and those thoughts that are going on in your brain. Another really great thing that everyone honestly needs to start practicing is what I like to call radicalness. This is because in my 3-month intensive therapy and all the coaching that I've done and every single like self-development thing that I've done and all the courses that I've taken, everyone at some point talks about radical something, whether it be radical honesty, radical vulnerability, radical acceptance, radical forgiveness. All of those things will be amazing for you to start to cultivate in your life. Radical acceptance, especially for those things that you know damn well that you cannot change. Radical forgiveness to yourself and your past self. Also, any people in the past who have hurt you. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that like you need to go out there and like forgive your abusers. No. What I'm more or less talking about is you letting it go. You don't need to go to that person and be like, hey dog, you really like tore the shit out of my brain like when I was a child, but forgiven. No. Don't need to do that. Maybe it's simply writing that person a letter and letting out all of those emotions and then burning it and releasing it. There's many ways that you can go about forgiveness, and no, it does not just mean that you need to go up to that person and be like, hey, I forgive you. No. Of course, having goals and having those steps to complete those goals, the more specific and like niched down you can get with your goals, the better. Something that I've learned recently, SMART goals can be limiting to you if you use them the wrong way. I did share a video literally like 2 weeks ago, my New Year's video, and I was like, I'm scratching SMART goals. And then like as I'm going through my course, it's not necessarily that you need to scrap SMART goals because of the is it obtainable and is it realistic side of things, but what you can do if you have that like big extravagant, like I said in that video, I want to be a millionaire. Well, it may not be realistic and obtainable for you to have that goal if you're making like 40K a year right now. It might not be obtainable or realistic to have that goal completed within a year, but if that's your goal, then please, for the love of God, keep that goal, but then start to create sub goals. Like, what are going to be your steps to get you to that big outcome, that big goal of yours? Now, that's going to be my spiel on goals, because I will redo a video for goals when I'm ready. And then last but not least, remember your why. This is going to be extremely important because our brains are habitual organ beings here, and we have ultimately had this belief, this mindset, whatever, more likely than not for a really stinking long time. And just because you had a little sit down with yourself for 5-10 minutes at this one time, it does not mean that the work is done. So remembering your why is going to be really great for you. So when those moments come, especially because life is still going to happen, guys. So there's going to be moments where the universe is going to test you, where life is going to test you. And there's going to be moments where your fixed mindset's going to want to come out and play. But here's the thing, that's your ability, that's your calling to try to implement your new growth mindset, and it allows you to actually practice. So remembering your why will really help ground you in those times where life is just a little bit bonkers. So that's it for me today. This is my video on mindset, especially getting an understanding of the differences between the two. We've discussed what is a mindset, why is a mindset so stinking important, the difference between a fixed and a growth mindset, and ways that you can start to cultivate, develop, and boost your mindset. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. Please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Mwah!